I had a couple requests for shows about how do you gut a deer. There's different guys use different ways. One of the first things I like to do if I'm going to gut a deer, I like having these gutting gloves. They sell ones where it just comes with the orange, the long sleeves, and then they sell ones that comes with these too. These are great. Make sure you get these. Those are great when you're reaching up in and you're trying to get the goodie bags out and everything, but make sure you don't leave any tracks in the woods. These make it nice and easy because they're nice form-fitting to your hand, and they make it easier to grab things. Two other things I like to have, obviously necessity when you're gutting a deer: a little saw and a sharp buck knife. It's rated, really sharp, great knife. Best knife I ever used. I learned when I was a kid from those old school guys, first thing you do is take these scent patches off. So when your dad tells you take those scent patches off, you take the scent patches off. And again, I'm no expert at this. I'm not any better at it than anybody else. I'm just showing you what I do. Some guys like to keep these. This doesn't seem like it has a lot of scent on it yet. Put these in a little Ziploc bag and use these, put some scent on. I'm just going to throw them in the woods for right now. Now let the fox get them. Most important thing is not to cut yourself. Take your time. You got the scent patches off. I like to make it easier for the butcher. Put a little hole in there so when I put them in the grable, that's real easy. You're just cutting a tendon there. Next thing I like to do is we're gonna, and so we're not real graphic here, and it's nice having a nice longer knife like this. We're gonna go in there and get all around the O-ring. We're gonna loosen that up. That's gonna make it easier for us. So you get a nice long knife. Then again, you want to take your time. What you're trying to do is get all that skin and the intestine or the piping down in there loose. You don't want to get it on the meat. You want to get this all the way loose up in there. Because when we get inside and we cut this loose, it'll make it real easy and everything can pull right out. I'm going to put my back tag, it's a little gross back here. I'll take offense to it. They sell tools for this too, something called butt out. I never used it. I don't know. If guys want to write in, tell me if they ever used it. If it's any good to use, we can pass that along to everybody else. Next what we're going to do is find that rib cage right here. Yeah, sternum bone. Now, we're going to do another show, taxidermy show, of what you want to do. If this was a big buck and I wanted to get this mounted, you don't want to cut up this high. But we're not mounting this doe, so go ahead and make it easier for yourself. You want to start up here. You never want to go higher than that brisket if you're going to mount it. It makes life for the taxidermist harder. So when you get in here, you'll see, get a little bit of this flake here, and then you start here. This is where you really want to be careful. You do not want to cut that stomach. If you cut that stomach sack, you'll know it, and you'll be sorry. So we get that back in there a little bit, run our knife through, and this is where it's great, where we're going to run that serrated saw up there, make life a lot easier. Keep our knife nice and sharp. Get this started with these doe. I like to come out here, get away from those little milkers there, get that away from the meat as well. We don't want to get any kind of urine or feces or anything like that on there. And it's going to get more bloody here, or squeamish and graphic, so if that bothers you, now's a good time to look away. And again, you just want to run that knife down, get that skin. You do not, take your time, you do not want to cut those innards. You cut those innards, I don't care how strong a stomach you got, you're going to throw up. When I was a kid, I remember my dad told me, he gutted the deer and said, I'm only going to do this once, so pay attention, boy. He always said he never thought I was listening. I was listening. Like I said, it's going to get a little gross here if you guys are squeamish. Let me get this, try and get this sack off of here. And you don't want to cut into there, that's that good meat. So get this all loose here, just down in. And the urine pipe's in there too, so you don't want to cut that and get the urine all over. Yeah. For anybody who thinks this is easy, taping and hunting, think again. So we're just going to run that knife down. Again, if you have a sharp knife, you just let the knife do the work. You just split that right there. We're going to run this down here. And if we did a good job getting that out, now that we have the saw out, I'm going to put this knife aside. See now, get it out ahead of time, you don't get that blood all over your case. We're going to make this easy. This is going to make a gross noise. But we're right here, we're safe at that stomach. I always like to just run that up at an angle. Again, this was yes sir, that buck we're after. We're not cutting up the side. We get up in there. Now you can see, you get all the goodie bags in there. Boiler maker, pump, all that stuff. Nice and easy here. Now all you want to do, get that. We're not going to zoom in here. Most of you guys know what's in here. We're not going to zoom in. We're just going to. I watched the DVD how to do this. Always trying to learn something new. Different guy. Everybody has a different technique. A lot of guys think their technique's the best. I've taken different techniques from different guys. What I like and what I think is important. I don't think any one guy has it the best way. You just take pieces of what everybody else and do what's best for you. This is where big gloves come in handy. Now we got what my friend on the DVD from Tennessee called the GOOZLE, or the esophagus. We got everything right here. We're going to reach in, grab that GOOZLE for the windpipe, and we're going to use that. Everything's connected here to pull all this stuff out. I got a couple requests for this. This is more for the guy, for the younger hunter who wants to get started or is hunting, doesn't have a dad or a brother or uncle or neighbor that hunts. All those guys who go out and do it by themselves. And you know, it's not like everybody and their brother knows how to gut a deer. The first thing we're gonna do, there's that cartilage here that's holding all that good stuff inside. You'll see that when you're in here. You're gonna have to loosen that. It's all attached to the rib cage. You get that nice and loose. Keep your knife handy. We cut that GOOZLE, and then we're going to grab that, and it should pull right out. We did a good job cutting that. Keep that knife handy, because now the best cut of meat is right in there. They call it the fishes or the tenderloins. It actually runs right along that, up underneath that spinal column. So you don't want to cut too deep in there. That's the best part. Now we have that here. Before I flip her over and get the rest of that blood out, key thing here when you get a deer is you want to recover it as fast as possible. Open her up, and you can see the steam coming out of here. The faster you get all this out and you get the meat cooled down, the better it's going to be. Again, we got our trusty knife. You can see here, we're going to run it right down that pubic bone. Cut that last little bit of cartilage or skin or whatever you want to call that. Now you can take the piping and get that right, get your fingers right in there, because it's hard to get in there with the knife. You get that out. You don't want any of that feces in there touching your meat. So Get that out of there. Now that you get these legs cut apart, it makes it real nice and easy. Get in there. Got that cleaned out. I don't know. Let's get this blood out of there so you can see. Yeah, if you split that legs, it makes it real easy to get that blood out of there. When I was talking about those fishes, this piece of meat right here, that's the fishes. There's another one on the other side here. That's the best cut of meat. That's the tenderloin. You don't want to cut that up. You want to get all that crap off of there. All that fat. Get out of there. This probably wasn't my best gutting job. And I know I told all you guys not to rush. But I got to get back to the house. Get ready for a birthday party with the family. So this is Working Man Hunting. So subscribe to the channel. Come back to the page. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the show. We've been having so much fun making these shows. We want to open it up to all of you to be part of it as well, so you guys have as much fun doing it as we are. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a contest. We're going to open it up to all of you. So what we want you to do is say your name, your location, and we need you to say, "I am the Working Man's Hunter," and send that clip to us in an AVI file format. We're going to post all the information. We're going to show a little example. So when we use your guys' clips as part of our show, make you part of our family, we're going to send you a package from the Working Man's Hunter as a special gift, and show our appreciation for all you guys being part of it. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Todd McFarland from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, and I am Working Man's Hunter.